Dallas, Texas, and the Texas State Fair. And for the better part of a century, the Sooners and Longhorns have defined conferences, national titles, and how regions of the country are perceived based on the outcome of this game. When these two meet, everybody pays attention. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Longhorns have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. Going for the return. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. First down for this offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds a man in the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Another big play for this Sooner receiver, dare I say, Hollywood-esque.
Hollywood is right, and that's one guy that comes to mind, by the way. But this offense, it just does what it does. No matter the name, no matter the coach, whoever it is, it's going to be high-flying, it's going to be fast-paced, and it's going to be really good.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense, because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
Looking down the middle. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage. I know this Cotton Bowl was divided 50-50, but it's been mostly crimson and cream lately, Jesse.
And I think Texas, their players, their coaches, and their fans, they're just getting sick and tired of these outcomes, results, and the narrative too, David. At some point, players just got to step up, make plays, and win the game.
Yeah, they get tired of hearing about it, because all year long you hear about it. Then the next year, and when you put this losing streak together like they have, all they've done has been talked about in a negative fashion.
The Sooners in the hurry-up. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
They'll pass on the 46-yard field goal attempt and go for it here. On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes the catch, he's got enough. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
And the Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. They run the reverse. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he made the extra point without problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
That's caught. It's Burr. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Morales. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. These corners backing off a bit. The give to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got loose, it was all over.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in here, got the long touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off on the ground, a 67-yard touchdown run. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Texas. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Sooner offense returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Hawkins. It's complete to the right. At the 35, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Off the play fake on 1st down. He finds his man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. It's great to spread the ball around and fool him, but if you've got a dude, feed him. And they are.
No doubt, Reese. That guy is a problem. I mean, you got a receiver that's so talented out wide, hard to cover. Go to him once, go to him twice. Shoot, let's go to him a 3rd time.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. It's a reverse. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
Well, it's a huge play on the jet sweep, getting that 1st down. Defensively, I think everybody had their eyes in the backfield. They were not expecting that guy to get the football that quickly and be on the perimeter of the field.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Snapped it in the shotgun. Moves around to clear up the vision. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover. From hash to hash, you better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice job seeing the formation, seeing the route, breaking on it, and making the interception.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. It's on target and complete. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. And the Sooners have pushed it inside the 20. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown Sooner! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami has the lead right now, but even here in the cradle of coaches, you just never know. This has been a tight one inside Yager Stadium. They're up by 7 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Texas offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Offense getting set for first down. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. come the Sooners, ready to go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Back to pass, it's Hawkins. He rifles one deep to the left. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. And for a full year, the Longhorns have had to think about how they just got blown back down I-35 in that game last year, David.
And heard it from their coaches all week long about the beatdown. They talk about how much they got beat by, how they didn't play well, what they're going to do to them again, Jesse. They've heard it plenty.
Well, they've been waiting all year to try and resurrect those demons, guys, but that's the great thing about rivalry games. You're always going to get another opportunity the next year, so I can't wait to see how Texas responds in this one.
Quarterback extends the play. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. Third and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the middle. Makes a grab enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's right on target. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. The toss to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Firing toward the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. The kickoff team out there getting set. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. They didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Here comes the offense on first down. To the air, it's Hawkins. A little release to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown Sooners. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
On second down, looking again to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he's got it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorn!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown. And that's pretty much what just happened there.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami has the lead right now, but even here in the cradle of coaches, you just never know. This has been a tight one inside Yager Stadium. They're up by 7 over the Astronauts. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Fires to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. Hit the afterburners, kid. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on 1st down from the 44. Trying to get to him. Makes the grab at the 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Lets it fly. Caught over the middle. It's Jordan. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offensive coordinator. I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
Snagged in the middle. It's Jordan. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown Sooner. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. Bringing it out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls into play.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So Reese, with that drive, I think
he's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it from the red zone. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the route is on. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll run the toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. On third down, he drops to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Turns it loose. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Touch pass on the run. He's loose. Touchdown Sooners! And the stomping has commenced. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Texas offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 35. Running toward the tape. He's at the 20. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Defense in press coverage. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Morales. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And after that stop from the defense, they're still on the 2, and now it's 3rd down. Pushes ahead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some...
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They're bringing heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there, they're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Going for the big play. And inside the 30-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. It's a reverse. Shows him the stiff arm. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the pummeling has started. And oh man, there's some burnt orange getting nervous in here, thinking of the 2000, the 2003 blowouts, David.
And Reese, I know that, but man, it always feels like this game gets competitive in the end. And it's getting later, and it looks like Oklahoma's up big, Jesse, but I just wouldn't turn it off yet.
No, and if you're Texas, you just got to keep your composure, right? And it's hard to do because you've been looking at this game and circled this game on your calendar all year long. It feels like it's getting away from you. Don't hit the panic button right now.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here, lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
Getting some heat. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the 4th quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's thrown another interception. Taking it the other way. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great returns to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
The Sooners will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Calls his own number. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Going for 6. Touchdown Sooners! And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UConn looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've seen this offense look this crisp since the days of Dan Orlovsky. They're up 14 over the Astronauts. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Now on the option. Quick toss. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Looking to buy time. He'll throw one to his right. Wide open. He makes the catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. To the ground with the back. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
DB's right up on the receivers. Got out of trouble and throws. He makes a grab. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Sooners will hustle to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires to the right. Got his man all by himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
He is having a day. Already visited the end zone 3 times, and he might get back there again soon, David.
I mean, just crazy. He's getting open. They haven't had an answer for him. You think at some point you go, all right.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those.
Got a lot of running room. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. 2nd down coming up. Here's the give off the left side. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll try the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to beat the D deep. What a snag by the defense. And the ball's out and they're after it. He's got the ball and he'll try to pick up a few. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive.
Oh, they want the 2, and the holder's going to try to throw it. And it's caught off the fake. He gets the 2-point conversion as they draw ever closer. This rivalry is always full of passion. It brings out the best in both teams, but today, Oklahoma a little bit better, David.
Yeah, it's hard to handle all the hype of the Red River rivalry. And Oklahoma did an unbelievable job coming out the gates, handling it, putting hook 'em horns where they belong behind OU.
Yeah, you know, and this is a game that not just these players, but I think fans of college football in general circle at the start of the year every single season. The Red River rivalry is just special because of the tradition and history these two schools bring, but it's all about Oklahoma today. Boomer, Sooner, and bragging rights for another whole year.
To the victor, the spoils. And the spoils in this one, the Golden had an Oklahoma